Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're diving into the world of so-called superfoods. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean at a molecular level? We're going to explore the science of nutritional biochemistry by focusing on one tiny, but incredibly mighty, example, the chia seed. We'll unravel its history, its nutritional power, and what the latest science really says about its benefits. Let's get started. Long before you saw chia pudding on your social media feed, these seeds were a cornerstone of ancient Mesoamerican life. The word chia actually comes from the Mayan word for strength, and for the Aztecs and Mayans it was food, medicine, and even currency. Aztec warriors reportedly consumed chia seeds to fuel their long journeys, with a single tablespoon believed to sustain a person for a full day. The Tarahumara people of Mexico, famous for their legendary long-distance running, traditionally drink a chia-based beverage called isquiate to boost their endurance. The Aztecs also used chia medicinally for things like joint pain and skin irritations. It was so valued, it was paid as an annual tribute to rulers and used in religious ceremonies. But with the Spanish conquest in the 16th century, chia cultivation was suppressed because of its religious significance. For centuries, the seed was largely forgotten by the wider world. It wasn't until the 1990s that a project to rediscover the lost nutritional plants of the Aztec civilization brought chia back into the global spotlight. So what makes this tiny seed so special? Let's deconstruct its nutritional profile. A standard serving of 2 tablespoons, or about 28 grams, is a powerhouse. First, the macronutrients. It packs nearly 10 grams of dietary fiber, most of which is soluble fiber. This is key, as it forms a gel when mixed with liquid, a property we'll come back to. For a plant food, it's also high in protein, and, importantly, it's a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. This is great news for those on plant-based diets. Finally, fat. Chia is rich in healthy fats, specifically omega-3 fatty acids. It's one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, which is essential for heart and brain health. But it doesn't stop there. Chia seeds are loaded with micronutrients. They're a significant source of calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, all vital for bone health. They also contain important minerals like iron and zinc. Plus, they are packed with phytochemicals, which are bioactive plant compounds. This includes a range of powerful antioxidants like quercetin, camphorol, caffeic acid, and chlorogenic acid. It's the combined, synergistic action of all these components that gives chia its superfood status. Now for the really interesting part, how these nutrients work inside our bodies. Let's start with that high soluble fiber content. When you eat chia seeds, that fiber absorbs water in your stomach and forms a thick gel. This gel has several profound effects. First, it slows down the digestion of carbohydrates. This means energy is released more gradually, preventing those sharp spikes and crashes in blood sugar. The bulking effect of this gel also makes you feel fuller for longer, a feeling known as satiety, which can help with weight management. But the fiber's most fascinating role might be in your gut. It acts as a prebiotic, which is essentially food for the beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome. As these microbes ferment the fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs, like butyrate. Butyrate is the primary energy source for the cells lining your colon, helping to maintain the integrity of your gut barrier. A strong gut barrier is crucial for keeping harmful substances out of your bloodstream and reducing systemic inflammation. Next up, those famous omega-3s. Chia seeds are full of the plant-based omega-3, ALA. While our bodies aren't super efficient at converting ALA into the EPA and DHA found in fatty fish, ALA itself has significant anti-inflammatory benefits. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a known driver of many modern diseases. Omega-3s help counter this by being incorporated into our cell membranes. From there, They influence the production of signaling molecules that tend to be less inflammatory than those produced from the omega-6 fatty acids that dominate the typical Western diet. It's all about shifting the balance to create a less inflammatory internal environment. And finally, we have the antioxidant shield. Our bodies are constantly generating unstable molecules called free radicals, which cause cellular damage known as oxidative stress. This process is linked to aging and many chronic diseases. The antioxidants in chia seeds, like quercetin and camphorol, work together to neutralize these free radicals. For example, quercetin has been shown to inhibit the oxidation of LDL, or bad cholesterol, which is a key step in the development of hardened arteries. These antioxidants are so potent, they even protect the delicate omega-3 fats within the seed itself from going rancid. So with this impressive biochemical profile, what does the clinical research actually say? Let's look at cardiovascular health first. The combination of fiber, omega-3s, and antioxidants makes chia a prime candidate for heart health benefits. Some meta-analyses have found that chia supplementation can significantly lower systolic blood pressure and triglyceride levels, while also modestly decreasing total and LDL cholesterol and increasing good HDL cholesterol. However, the evidence isn't unanimous. Other high-quality reviews have found no significant effects. These discrepancies could be due to differences in study design, dosage, or the participants themselves. The evidence is encouraging, but we need more long-term studies to be certain. What about blood sugar control? The theory is sound. The gelling fiber should slow sugar absorption and blunt blood sugar spikes. Some studies support this, finding that higher doses of chia seeds were associated with a lower blood glucose response after a meal. But, and this is a big but, more recent and comprehensive meta-analyses have thrown cold water on this idea. A major 2024 meta-analysis of 8 randomized controlled trials found no significant impact of chia on fasting blood glucose, long-term blood sugar markers like HbA1c, or insulin levels. The current scientific consensus seems to be that while chia is nutrient-dense, its role in managing blood sugar is likely minimal. For digestive health, the science is more straightforward. The fiber acts as a prebiotic to feed good gut bacteria and adds bulk to stool, helping with regularity. For weight management, the ability of chia to promote fullness is well documented, which can potentially lead to eating fewer calories overall. But studies looking at direct weight loss are mixed. It's a helpful tool, but not a magic pill. And for bone health, chia is a fantastic plant-based source of calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. On a gram-for-gram basis, chia seeds contain more calcium than milk, making them an excellent choice for those who avoid dairy. To put chia in perspective, let's compare it to other popular seeds. Versus flax seeds. Both are rich in fiber and omega-3s, but flax has a slight edge in omega-3s and is uniquely rich in antioxidants called lignans. However, flax seeds must be ground to be digested, while chia doesn't. Versus hemp seeds. Hemp is the protein king, containing significantly more than chia, and it's also a complete protein. However, it has less fiber and fewer omega-3s. And versus quinoa. Both are complete proteins, but chia has much more fiber and omega-3s. The bottom line? They're all great, and variety is your best strategy. So how do you actually use them? Their mild, nutty flavor makes them incredibly versatile. The most popular method is chia pudding. Just mix the seeds with a liquid like almond milk and a sweetener, then let it sit in the fridge overnight. You can add cocoa powder for a chocolate version, blend in berries, or swirl in peanut butter. But don't stop at pudding. You can add a tablespoon to smoothies for a fiber boost, mix them into overnight oats, or bake them into muffins and breads. You can even make a chia egg for vegan baking by mixing 1 tablespoon of ground chia with 3 tablespoons of water. It's also a great natural thickener for homemade jams, soups, and stews, or simply sprinkled on salads and yogurt. A quick note on preparation: it's generally best to soak them. Consuming them dry can, in rare cases, pose a choking risk as they absorb water and expand in your esophagus. Soaking makes them easier to digest and safer to eat. Finally, are there any downsides? Yes, a few things to consider. The high fiber content can cause digestive issues like bloating or gas if you're not used to it, so start with a small amount and drink plenty of water. Allergic reactions are rare, but possible. And because the omega-3s can have a mild blood-thinning effect, and the seeds may lower blood pressure and blood sugar, you should talk to your doctor before consuming large amounts if you're on medications for these conditions. A daily intake of 1 to 2 tablespoons is a safe and effective amount for most people. In conclusion, the story of the chia seed is a perfect example of nutritional biochemistry in action. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a genuinely nutrient-dense food with a fascinating history and proven benefits for digestion and potentially for heart health. By incorporating powerful foods like chia into a balanced, varied diet, we can harness the science of nutrition for a healthier life. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.